Well, I showed up as a poll watcher the week before the election, just as an observer, my civic duty. So and when I got there, I actually saw people looking through a window with binoculars to try to observe people that are checking the ballot signatures against the computer screen, and we were anywhere from 10 to 15 feet away, and there was no way to possibly observe what was going on. I mean, the designated areas of observing were so far away that there wasn't any observation going on. It was obvious that this was just a joke. People were actually standing with binoculars trying to see through a window into a room. I didn't believe it was that crowded. I thought that there was probably room for a pathway around behind the counters. I thought there was probably room, a shoulder width room for people to easily pass behind all the workers. There was no reason why we had to be standing outside a room looking through a window. Absolutely. There was no reason why I shouldn't have been able to stand behind the workers unobtrusively. This is why I'm here today, is just to tell the county commissioners that something has to be done, and it doesn't have to cost a bunch of money. It's a matter of just going in and creating yellow duct tape lines in the room around the workers, and just have that be the designated area.
Witness the enhancing. This is after they've checked the signatures and they've opened up the ballots and they've put them through the machine, and the machines have rejected them, and they go through and put them down the way that they think the voter meant to have the ballot filled out. Have you seen them do that?
To tell you the truth, when I showed up and I saw that our hands were tied, I basically didn't think it was worth my time to continue observing. So no, I didn't actually stay for that part of it, but it was just a sham. It was just a facade to allow us to look, to allow us to be behind the workers and listen to their conversation, look at what they're doing. I mean, that's what our system is about. Transparency. The catchword this day is not happening. I mean, there has to be integrity in this process.
Are you at all concerned with the fact that there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 89, the percentage of people that supposedly turn out to vote tends to go up statistically in an unconventional fashion every year after year? I mean, you know how many people go to watch the Super Bowl? It's around 60%. And we're to believe that 89% of a population is going to be moved to exercise their civic duty, and up until vote by mail, that number was starkly lower.
Oh, the vote by mail system needs to be looked at. I mean, there's no reason why we have to have a vote by mail. I mean, it will be much more transparent if we have poll offices where we go, just like we used to. There's no reason why.
You miss seeing your neighbors and going in and voting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's my relatives from around the country were just horrified. It was like, you mean you have no place to go and vote in your neighborhood? No polling place? I said, nope. No polling place. I don't think our founding fathers wanted it to be this. There's two kinds of voter fraud. There's disenfranchising and not letting people actually vote, and then there's the kind of voting where your vote doesn't count because it's been smothered by fake voters whose will is disproportionately represented by multiple voting, and that's so easy to do. I
just think more people need to get involved in their. What did you do today? What was your civic life? How was your civic life? That needs to be a question that people ask themselves.
Oh, yeah.
What did you do today to check up on your government? Because that's what it is. The Constitution wasn't protecting the government from the people. It was to protect the people from the government. And that's what we're getting away from. People aren't checking up on their government. So, I mean, we need to be there for that.
Undefined observer peering through a window with binoculars into a room where workers inside were checking signatures on computer screens against outer envelopes of ballots. So this is the election transparency in America, the land of the free and home of honest elections, looking through a window at workers through binoculars. For me, it was a sad day as an American. I soon realized that it was a waste of poll watchers' time, pointless to even be there. because I had basically no access to observe anything that was being done. I was a poll watcher and I couldn't see a thing. Might as well have been in Russia that day. I just want the people of Multnomah County to know that the county elections transparency is dead. I ask you, Chairman Wheeler, and council members to do your job to protect the integrity of Multnomah County elections. The elections office could be upgraded completely and immediately, if not by the end of the day today, all for the inconsequential cost of a few rolls of yellow duct tape by simply creating observer pathways or boundaries directly behind election workers. Yes, it's that simple. No big budget construction projects, overhead grandstands are needed, or $1 million closed-circuit camera systems. Just a simple observation walkway. And yes, there is room for access. Tim Scott, Elections Director. If Multnomah County Elections Office wants to remain unimpeachable and free from controversy, then they must reform all the observation areas. The Constitution was created not to protect government from the people, but to protect people from the government. We, the people, have spoken, Mr. Chairman. Tell Tim Scott to buy some duct tape and roll up the sleeves today. We, the people, will no longer sit idly by and watch voter integrity go down the crapper.
My lucky stars to be living here today.